Alright, I did want to shoot a quick video on just like a literal basic line graph and show you the moving averages of Bitcoin. So this was the flash crash that we had of Bitcoin. I love looking at stuff like this because it's the most simple lines, and then this is what happens, okay? This is our 200-day moving average. It is the most important average when trading, the purple line. Look at it. Let's see if it bounces off that average. This is the yellow line, is the 50-day moving average. If that yellow line crosses with that purple line, it will create a death cross, which is bearish sentiment, okay? I usually go to the candles and wait for a full candle to close under the 200-day moving average, but let's look back in history of Bitcoin really quick and see if everybody panicked. Oh my God, 200-day move, what happened? Let's go back years, look at this. Okay, this has happened like so many times, it's not even funny. Look at this mad crash real quick. Boom, from 10,000 down to what? 10,000 to 5, literally, in a matter of like almost no period of time under its moving average. When it yellow line with that purple line crosses right there, that is a death cross, okay? That's when you're like, ooh, that's bad. So this may happen again, and because Bitcoin was so inflated, like look at that. There's a high chance of it death crossing and meeting back in the 18,000 range. It is possible. I mean, it's okay. It's just it is what it is. You have divergence here on the RSI, so if you want to draw a quick indicator with your line, you go, well, man, look at this RSI right here. See this line that I'm drawing? Look at that. Look at those parameters. See that exact trend on the down channel of the RSI? And then what that means is you had those increased highs and the downtrend on the RSI. So what that's telling you is the Bitcoin was going up here while the RSI was moving down. So that's telling you that your gasoline of the stock or the momentum is lowering as it's moving up, which is telling you volume is probably dropping, even though it was maintaining. That it's just you're losing momentum, and then you have a fallout like this. Now I'm waiting for this bounce to enter this bounce. I think it's bouncing off the 200-day moving average is always a great like swing trade play. But I did also want to point out that oh my gosh, I also did want to point out that line right there. Let me get that away. I did want to point out that divergence right there from the RSI to the actual. So as the stock was going up, you had the RSI moving down. That's just really that's basic technical analysis, and that's what's going to happen. But we could go back in history and look how many times it's crossed under the moving average and it goes down 50% or more and everybody panics. Now, this was the last one where it had this massive run up and it just goes from 20,000 down to freaking 3. But Bitcoin is an asset where I don't think you should have more than 5% of your total wealth involved in Bitcoin of your portfolio. I just don't think you should. I know that these are the halving cycles. So this is a halving cycle, and then you crush. We had our halving cycle. This could crush like bad. I mean, we could end up at 19, 10. Like I would probably say around 18 to 30 is probably roughly where we're looking to sit on the bottom of this. But I could definitely be wrong. But I do now start to look at the RSI and I say, yum, look at it. See it at 24? So the steam's running out, but look, every time the RSI runs out big, look at this. This is 7. Oh my gosh, it was so oversold. Like you have these big RSI dips before it gets to these mountains. Like when it was at 20K, the RSI was at 92. That's way too high. It's just naturally going to balance itself out. And then on the MACD, you had the cross and then not the reconvergence from the divergence until another year. I mean, this is not even like in-depth analysis. This is like basic stuff. And you had that cross right here, rebuy, cross, rebuy. But the RSI is really the big teller here. And that's this chart. And that's just basically what I wanted to highlight here was the RSI, relative strength, and that's going down as the stock's moving up. That's always a bad sign. I should have taken it more for granted, but I'm just holding. I just don't really I don't have a whole lot in Bitcoin. What's a few $1,000s? Like I'll open up a little more of a position here. Crosses under, I'm gonna wait for a little while.